Welcome to the Rising Tide. If this is your first time here, you're not here by accident. You're here because something in you knows that your life can be more structured, more intentional, more effective. Today, we are talking about something very specific: planning your time and understanding how change fits into it. Because the truth is this: most people don't have a time problem. They have a planning problem. They wake up, react to the day, and hope things somehow improve. But without structure, without direction, time slips away, quietly. And then comes change. Change demands adjustment, planning, repositioning. But most people resist it. Not because they can't change, but because they haven't planned for it. In this video, we are going to break it down clearly. How to start planning your time properly. How to stop reacting and start operating with intention. And how to position yourself so change works for you, not against you. Because if you don't plan your time will control you. So if you're ready to take back control and begin moving with structure, let's dive in. You know, in a way, we're all sailors out on this huge, unpredictable ocean called life. And today, we're going to talk about how to navigate it. We're going to chart a course through the two most powerful, most inescapable currents that shape every single one of our journeys: the constant march of time and the never-ending tide of change. So let me ask you to just stop for a second and think about this. With everything going on in your day-to-day life, what are the two silent, fundamental forces that are always there, guiding every moment, every decision, and every single outcome? No exceptions. You guessed it, it's time and change. I mean, think about it. They're the two unshakable realities of our lives. You can't argue with the clock, and you sure can't tell the world to just stop turning. They're absolutes. And this right here, this is the key to everything. The quality of your life isn't decided by these forces, but by how you respond to them, right? You can't control the wind and the waves, so you have to get really, really good at sailing the ship. Okay, so first let's tackle time. To really get a grip on its importance, we have to face a pretty big, maybe even uncomfortable truth. Your life is on a timer, and that one simple fact makes every single second that ticks by incredibly important. Let's try looking at it a different way. What if time isn't our enemy? What if it's actually a gift? A finite amount of time we've been given to do something specific. Suddenly, that changes things, doesn't it? It means your days aren't just endless. They have a purpose. You don't have forever. You know, this ancient wisdom from the book of Job just says it so clearly. Our time is measured out. Our boundaries are already set. It's a really humbling thought, and it kind of forces you to think about what you're doing with every breath, with every choice you make. And this is the bottom line, the thing you just can't escape: accountability. As time goes by, it's like it's holding up a mirror to our lives. Each year is like a new chapter we've written. And the big question is, what does that chapter say? Did you invest your time, or did you just spend it? So if time is the river we're all floating down, then change is the current. And yeah, sometimes that current feels rough, like it's trying to pull you under. But what if that current is actually a good thing? What if it's a blessing in disguise? Now here's a really cool idea. Time is actually protecting us. It protects us from anything being permanent by creating these seasons in our lives. So that winter of despair you might be in, no matter how dark it gets, it's not forever. Time makes sure it's just a chapter, not your whole story. The pain you felt yesterday, it's already starting to become history. And this just lays it out so perfectly. We all go through these cycles. We all know what that winter feels like, right? That tough period where it seems like nothing is working. But just like in nature, spring always follows. New beginnings. Then comes that summer of growth. And finally, the autumn harvest. This isn't just random luck. It's a fundamental law of life. And like this timeless piece of wisdom says, to everything there is only a season, nothing lasts forever. Man, there is so much hope in that simple sentence. It gives you the strength to get through the bad times and the humility to appreciate the good ones. Okay, so we're up against these two giants, time and change. How in the world are we supposed to navigate them? Well, the answer isn't to fight back. It's to use this one incredibly powerful tool that we all had access to. This is the key to mastering your future. And that T is planning. That's it. Planning is the rudder on the ship of your life. You can't control the ocean, but with a rudder, you can set a course. You can pick a destination. Let me tell you, the best voyages, the most successful lives, are never accidents. They are planned. Every single day is a new chance to do this. When you plan, you're basically stepping outside the rush of time for just a moment to become the architect of your own future. You're saying, hey, my future isn't just going to be a repeat of my past. It's going to be something I create on purpose. You've probably heard this saying before, right? But it's so incredibly true. A life without a plan is like an archer without a target. Sure, you can shoot 1,000 arrows and say you never missed, but you'll also have never hit anything that matters. And that's the magic of planning. It takes that vague wish, gosh, I hope my life gets better, and it turns it into a solid, real target. It gives you a bullseye, a focal point for all your energy, all your time, and all your talent. So, let's bring all this home with a really powerful shift in how we see ourselves. It's about moving from being a victim of your circumstances to becoming the victor who writes their own story. Just think about this for a second. Without a plan, you're a victim. You're just tossed around by the waves of life. Life is something that happens to you. But when you have a plan, you become an agent of change. Life starts to happen through you. It flows from the vision that you deliberately created. And the book of Proverbs offers this incredible promise. It basically says that when you commit your heart, your work, and your faith to the plan you've made, success isn't just a possibility, it's pretty much a guarantee. So, this is the thought I want you to carry with you from now on. Don't be a passive observer in your own life. Don't let change just happen to you. No, you go out and change things. So, we've looked at the forces that shape our lives. We've found the key to mastering them. The theory is done. The only thing left now is your decision. So I'll leave you with one final urgent question. What change will you plan to create?